right, so let's go ahead and get started with our chair yoga class today. You can actually see his head. That's Louie down here. He'll probably wander around at some point, but he's usually pretty quiet, so he shouldn't disturb your yoga practice today, I hope. All right, so if you'll join me seated in your chair, and hopefully you've got a chair that's sturdy, that doesn't have arms to it. So let's begin by sitting away from the back of the chair. So I'm going to encourage you to sit with a tall spine. So there's some effort to sit up. So we're not just sort of slouching against the back of the chair and using it to support us, but we're using muscles of our torso to sit tall, to sit well. So if you'll plant your feet firmly on the floor, pointing your knees and your toes forward, we'll just start with the palms down onto your thighs today. Relax your shoulders away from your ears and lift up tall through the crown of your head. And then gently close your eyes. And we'll begin by just sensing. So sense your feet firmly planted on the floor. Feel your knees stacked over your ankles. Feel the back of your thighs touching the chair seat, your hips, your sit bones. And do you feel even or do you feel uneven? And then continuing up, lifting up tall through the spine, tall through the crown of your head. Relax your shoulders. And feel the weight of your hands resting onto your thighs. And notice if that feels even right and left or not. And then bring your attention to the breath. And in particular, focus on your breath right at the tip of your nostrils. Notice the air moving in and the air moving out. Right at the tip of the nostrils. And you may notice a difference in the temperature of the air, that it's cooler coming in and warmer as you breathe out. Now, without strain, and certainly if it feels uncomfortable, then skip it. Begin to lengthen your breath in as well as your breath out. Notice if you feel any expansion of your abdomen or your low back. Do you notice anything about your ribs, your chest, your upper back? Even notice if there's movement in your upper arms as you're breathing. Do they move in and out? Does your breath feel easy or does it feel effortful and labored? Are there any other qualities that you notice about your breath pattern? Now breathe with a long breath in and out. Do that for 3 more cycles. And then when you finish that 3rd long exhale, then go back to effortless breathing. So you're not trying to change it in any way. And when you have returned to normal breathing, notice what it feels like now. Is it different from when you first started to pay attention to your breath? So we paid attention to it, we changed it, and then we came back to paying attention. So is it the same? What do you notice? Now slowly bring your hands up, join your palms against each other. Feel that full contact of the right against the left against the right. And then take your thumbs and settle them onto the breastbone. And if you drew a line from one armpit to another, the thumbs would land on that line. And as you exhale, slowly let the head descend toward the heart. And just give yourself a little reminder to work with effort, but yet to work with compassion for yourself so that you're not forcing and overdoing. And now gently release your hands. Let your palms settle onto your legs. And then gently open your eyes and slowly lift your head and bring your gaze to look forward into your space once again. So bring your arms now down by your side. So you're seated essentially in a mountain pose. The spine's reaching up tall, fingers are reaching down low. And just check in and see how you feel now. And then as you inhale, raise the arms forward, halfway up in front of you. And then exhale and lower your arms back down. So let's do that once again. So inhale, raise the arms up just to the halfway point. And then exhale and lower them back down. And then this time, inhale, take the arms forward and then all the way up overhead, stretching the fingertips toward the ceiling. And then exhale, release the arms back down. And now let's add some neck movement with this. So as you inhale, reach the arms forward and up and lift your chin a little bit. And then as you exhale, lower the arms and drop the chin a little bit. So continue to alternate that. Go at your pace of breathing. And certainly, of course, if anything we do today feels uncomfortable, it's not appropriate, your doctor told you not to do it, then of course, take care of yourselves, especially those of you that I can't see on camera. I'm going to have to trust you guys. So come up and down one more time. Inhale to take the arms up. And on your exhale, when your arms come down, let the arms stay down. Let the chin stay tucked toward your chest for a moment. Maybe feel a stretch in the back of your neck and the upper back area, maybe somewhere else as well. And then slowly raise the head and bring your gaze just to look out, chin and eyes parallel to the floor. Now raise the arms out to the side. So think like warrior two pose. So your arms are reaching out wide. And then we're going to alternate looking right and left. So look over towards your left hand first today. And then bring the head back to neutral. And then turn and look to your right hand. And then come back to neutral. And let's go each direction again. So turn and look to the left. And if your arms are getting tired, you can always lower them. Bring the head to center. And then gently turn and look to your right hand. Come back to center. And then slowly let the arms drop down. Now, lift up tall through the spine and then raise your right ear toward the ceiling, like you're trying to listen to somebody upstairs. And then keep that and then reach your left hand toward the floor. So it's a little bit of a side bend, but you're still raising the ear up. So we're getting a stretch in the neck in addition to the spine. And the sideways movement. Good. And then come all the way back up. Bring the head back to center. And now tilt the head so your left ear goes to the ceiling. And then reach your right hand toward the floor, still keeping the ear toward the ceiling. So your right ear is moving toward the right shoulder. And then slowly come all the way back upright. Bring your head back to center. So basically just screw your head on straight, right? So sit with a tall spine. All right, so hopefully the neck is feeling a little bit stretched out now. So place your hands onto your thighs, keeping the spine tall. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, tip forward from your hips. You're going to keep your spine nice and long. So from the side view, I'm keeping the spine long. I'm not just slouching and rounding over the legs, but I'm hinging forward, keeping the spine, reaching out, head away from the hips. And then slowly come all the way back upright. Sit with a tall spine again. And now hinge back. So make sure you're away from the back of your chair. Do the same thing, but going backwards. So again, it's not that I'm rounding or arching or doing anything. I'm just taking my torso and tipping it backwards. Good. So again, from the side view, I'm just leaning back a bit. and then come back upright. So let's go back and forth between these two, nice and slow. So hinge forward a bit, draw your belly in, reach the head away from the hips, keep breathing once you get here. And then slowly inhale, bring the spine back up tall. Now tip back a little bit, stay there, but keep breathing. So now you might start to say, oh, wait, there's some belly muscles. There's some back muscles going on in here, helping to hold me in this off-center position. And then slowly come all the way back upright and bring the spine up nice and tall when you finish that one. Good. All right, so now let's take a twist. So reach the arms out wide to the sides, like warrior two that we did earlier. Take a breath in. And then exhale, twist to your right. So bring your left hand onto your right leg. Place your right hand onto the chair somewhere, depending on the type of chair you've got, and turn. So you're turning first your belly button, and then your chest, and then your nose so that you're looking over the right shoulder. And then slowly come back into center. All right, raise the arms out wide to the side again. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, go the other way. So your right hand goes to your left leg, left hand hangs on somewhere to your chair, and then turn your belly button, your chest, your nose, and your eyes over the left shoulder now. And then slowly release and come all the way back into center. Good. All right, hopefully your spine feels a little bit more warmed up now. So let's start to work with the hips a bit. So just bring your arms down by your sides and let's start by a little bit of marching in place. You're going to alternate lifting the knees up, taking the feet off the floor. You can raise the knees a tiny bit. Maybe you're lifting them really high, just depends on how you're feeling today. So the next time you lift your left knee, hold the knee up if you would, reach behind the thigh and raise the knee up higher toward your chest. That's it. So you're bringing your thigh and your abdomen closer together. Good. And then slowly set the foot back down. And let's do the other side. So raise the right knee. You can hold the back of the thigh. Use the hands to help the leg come up. The belly and thigh move toward each other. Relax your shoulders. Keep breathing. And then slowly and gently set the foot back down onto the floor. So now we're going to alternate one leg going forward, like a one-leg staff pose. So you'll stretch the left leg forward and lower it down, and then the right leg. So back and forth, kicking the leg out. If you can straighten the knee fully, then do so. And then draw the top of your foot toward your shin. So you get that little bonus calf stretch in there. There we go. So just a couple more on each side. And then now maybe take both legs. So you can keep alternating if you want to, and you may want to hold on to the chair for this. Maybe stretch both legs up at the same time. There we go. Good. Coming into staff pose. So the top of your feet are moving back towards your shins. And then extra credit for spreading your toes wide. There we go. And then bend the knees and place the feet back down onto the floor. Good. All right. So speaking of toes, let's wake the toes up a little bit. So keeping the balls of the feet and your heels down, just simply lift and lower your toes a few times. Let me scoot back. You can see my feet a little better on the mat. So just toes up, toes down, back and forth a few times. And now take the toes and the balls of the feet up. So you're basically just rocking from flat foot to heels, back and forth like that a few times. And then alternate going up onto the balls of your feet, heels up, and then heels down, toes and balls of the feet up, and go back and forth. Gail's got a visitor and a helper now. Go back and forth. Do just a couple more. And then lower the feet back down. All right, so now place your hands on your thighs and let your hands be a reminder. We're not going to move the thighs so much, but again, working with just your ankles. But now we're going to go side to side. So think like windshield wipers. I'm going to shift my feet to the left and then over to the right. So I'm just spinning on my heels. And again, it's not so much a thigh thing, it's just ankles, back and forth. Yeah, there you go. Good job. So it's not a knee thing, it's not a hip thing, just the ankles. And then come back into the center. Good. All right, so we've gone head to toes. Hopefully you feel a little bit warmed up and ready to go here. So come forward or back in your chair as you need to. You decide where you feel most comfortable. So let's move into a version of tree pose. So we're going to play with a couple different versions today seated. So you're going to cross your left ankle in front of your right ankle. And then join your palms together at the center of your chest, taking your spine up nice and tall. So this is one option. You can stay here, or you could slide that left leg up. And you could always use your hand to help and bring the ankle on top of the right thigh. And it's an option, or you can stay back where we started. The right knee is still stationary, right foot is still stationary, and the spine's coming up nice and tall. So traditionally, this would be a standing pose. So you can imagine standing up tall in this shape. And then if the leg is up, slide it back down and plant the foot on the floor. Relax your arms by your sides. So let's do the other side. So you're going to cross your right ankle over your left ankle. You could stay here or slide it up. And again, you could use your hands to help. Use the hands to drag the foot up. Take the spine up tall. Flex the top of the foot toward your shin. Join your palms, lift the crown of your head up nice and tall. Then maybe you're feeling a stretch in the hip and in the leg while we're here. I'll keep breathing. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And then slowly let the legs slide down, release the hands back down. All right, tree pose again, but different variation. Instead of crossing over, we're going to come to the side. So step your left foot out to the left a little bit. And then just prop the heel up just above your ankle. So we're coming to the inside of the leg now rather than crossing it over. So this is one option. Or you could place it up along the inner calf. Or the one that's most challenging and definitely requires the most strength. So you decide where you want to go. You could come to the inner thigh. And you can always hold it. That's an option. Or join the palms together. So this would be closer toward the more traditional standing version of the pose with the leg on the inside. Yep, there we go. Good job. And then lower the arms, lower the foot back down. And let's do the other side. So you can let your right knee drop out a little bit, and then you can start with the heel coming up just a tiny bit. You could always stay here. You could come up to the inner calf, or you could come up even to the inner thigh. And you can always use your hands to help hold that leg there, because that definitely can require a lot of strength to hold the leg in this position, just sort of suspended in space up here, right? If you're not holding on, join the palms together in front of the center of your chest, lifting up tall through your spine, tall through the crown of your head. That's it. And then let the arms go. Set the right foot back down beside your left. Okay, so let's do one other pose that normally would be done as a one-leg balancing pose standing, but I'm going to do it in the chair. So it's eagle pose. So we're going to use the right leg as if it were our standing leg. And you'll cross either the left ankle over the right ankle if there's hip knee issues, low back, or cross thigh over thigh. So it's not where we were a minute ago about here, but it's more crossed here. So that's an option. Or you can stay low on the ankles. Oh, Gail's got two friends helping her now. So just let the arms for a moment drop down by your sides. Keep the spine lifting up tall. And then add just a tiny bit of a forward bend. So just a little bit of a hinge forward. That's it. And then work your way back upright and then uncross. We'll get to the arms in a minute. So second side, so cross your right ankle over your left. You could stay here, or you could cross the right knee over the left knee. And then just for now, arms by your sides, reach the spine tall, and then add just a little bit of a hinge forward, not too much, but so that you're working your abdomen and the muscles alongside your spine. So we warmed up with some hinging. This is not quite as deep as that. And then slowly work your way back upright and then uncross the leg. All right, so let's do the arms. So take your arms out to the sides, reach them forward, and then cross your left arm over your right. All right, and then bend the elbows and reach around, give yourself a little hug, and see if you can crawl your fingers closer to your shoulder blades back there. So the reason I'm asking you to do that is it tends to get the elbows crossed a little bit tighter for some people. All right, so now let go of your shoulder blades. Don't let go of the cross though, and start to bring the backs of your hands toward each other. So you're reaching your fingertips up toward the ceiling and the backs of the hands toward each other. So now you can stay here with this, or maybe if it's comfortable enough, the left hand goes forward toward the left and then sneaks around. So you end up with your right fingers pressing into your left palm. And that's certainly optional. That's just the final stage, but feel free to stop anywhere along that way. And then release the arms and lower them down. Okay, so we got to do the other side. Can't leave you lopsided. So arms come out, reach forward, and then cross the right over the left. So we're going to do that same hug. So bend your elbows, reach around, and see if you can crawl your fingertips closer to your inner shoulder blades. All right, that just gives you for some people, it just tends to give a deeper cross and makes the next part a little easier. So then let go of the hands on your shoulder blades. Start to bring the backs of the hands toward each other. And if they meet, fine. If they don't meet, fine. Maybe you're out here somewhere. So then your next option is to take the right hand forward toward your camera, move to the right, and then sneak it around. So the left fingers end up touching the right palm. The direction of the thumb is toward the head. The direction of the pinkies are toward your device. And then release and relax all that down. All right, so now let's put arms and legs together. So cross your right leg over your left leg. You can be ankles or knees, either one. There we go, good. And then reach the arms out. Stretch them forward. Cross the left arm over the right arm. Reach around, give yourself that little hug. Sneak the fingers around. And then bend the elbows. Start to bring the backs of the hands toward each other. And then again, if you want to do that little sneaky palm wrapping around, you can do that as an option. And then add just the tiniest bit of a hinge forward. Well, maybe you can visualize yourself standing on your left foot, balancing in this shape. And then slowly come upright, release the arms, release the legs, go back to that mountain pose. And let's do the other side. So cross either left ankle over right ankle or left knee over right knee. That's it. Take the arms out, reach them forward, cross the right arm over the left. So it's opposite arm on top to knee on top. And then give yourself the hug, scooch the fingers around, bring the backs of the hands towards one another. And then the final option is to wrap the palms around, getting the fingers connected to the palm. All the while, keep breathing. Make sure you're not holding your breath as you do some of this crazy yoga stuff. That's it. And then release the arms, relax them down, uncross the legs so the feet are flat on the floor. Good. All right. So let's move into some other poses, but with both feet on the floor this time. So we're going to turn sideways. So turn toward the right side. You're going to sit sideways in your chair and then slide back so that your knees pretty much hook on the edge of the chair seat. So your bottom will be closer to the back edge of the chair. That's it. All right, so we're going to do a twist. So you're going to twist away from your device. You're going to be grabbing the back of the chair. So inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And then exhale, turn toward the back of the chair. So grab low on the sides of your chair back. Relax your shoulders down. That's it. And turn, again, your belly, your chest, your nose, and your gaze. So you're looking over your right shoulder. And then slowly let go of the twist. We're going to stay on this side though, so don't swivel anywhere quite yet. We're going to do a few things facing the same way first. So your nose now is facing back towards your knees. So now you're going to keep your right leg on the chair. Let your left leg drop off the front of the chair. That's it. Yeah, there we go. Now you can keep the knee quite bent. Some of you may want to have the leg straighter, and either way is fine, whatever's more comfortable for you. So coming into a version of warrior one. So raise the left arm overhead. And if you feel steady letting go of the chair, also raise the right arm up overhead. That's it. And feel the spine lifting up nice and tall. And feel free, again, you can hold the chair at any time if you feel unsteady in any way. All right, now slowly lower your arms. Place both hands on that right thigh. And then again, hinge. Tip forward over that front leg. That's it. So coming into like a lunge. That's it. And then slowly inhale and come all the way back upright. Take your back leg, swing it forward to meet your front leg. That's it. All right, and now let's do all that going the other direction. So swivel yourself around to the other side. Back yourself up until the knees hook on the edge of the chair seat. So your hips are toward the far edge. There we go. All right, so we're gonna start with the twist with the legs together. So don't drop the front leg off quite yet. So inhale, raise the arms overhead. And then exhale, turn toward the back of your chair. So grab low on the back of the chair, relax your shoulders, and turn your belly button, your chest, your nose, and your gaze to look over the left shoulder. And then release the twist, turn your nose back in the direction of your knees. So now you're going to take this right leg and let it just drop off the front of the chair. Now, again, you can keep it fairly bent, which is fine. Some of y'all may want to go further back, so whichever position works best for your knees today. So your nose is still going in the same direction as your left knee, and then raise the right arm up overhead by your ear. And then the option is to add arm number 2, and certainly that is optional. If you feel more steady holding on, then keep holding on. Don't need y'all falling out of your chair today. Now exhale and lower the arms. Place the hands onto that front thigh and tip forward. Now, if the hands on the thigh is not working, then you can hold the chair if that makes more sense. But you're hinging forward, so it's still that long spine, creating a bit of a lunge shape. And then slowly, as you inhale, come all the way back upright. Then take your back leg, swing it back to meet your front leg, and then swivel yourself back around to the front once again. Good. All right, so let's give our back a little bit of a break from that. So separate your feet a comfortable distance apart before be forward in your chair so your feet are firmly planted. And then come forward. You can rest your forearms on your thighs and then just relax here. So really take the weight of your torso onto your arms so that you can relax. You can just look down toward the floor and just take slow breaths in and out here. And then very slowly come all the way upright. All right, hopefully that was a nice little rest for your back. All right, so join the legs back closer together and then slide your right leg forward. So your heel is on the ground. Pull the top of your foot back toward your shin, spread your toes. That's it. Now reach the arms up tall. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, twist toward the straight leg. So take the back of your left hand on the inside of your left knee. Your right hand goes to the chair and turn toward the straight leg direction. So that's toward your right in this case. And then come back into the center, both hands on the left thigh, and then hinge forward a bit. So now you're getting a stretch down the back of the right leg here. And then slowly come back upright. Then we got one more to go. This time you're going to actually move the right leg. So swing the right leg out on the diagonal. So the leg is fairly straight. That's it. And then raise the arms out nice and wide across the chest. So these are all versions of what would normally be done as a standing pose, extended hand to big toe pose, some different variations there. Good. And then exhale, lower the arms, and then swing that right leg back in. All right, so let's do that on the other side. So stretch your left leg forward, be on the heel, top of the foot back towards your shin, spread your toes. Now raise your arms up tall. Big deep breath in. And then exhale, turn to your left. So grab the chair with the left hand, place the back of your right hand on the inside of the right knee, and turn. So that same kind of turn, every time we do a twist, it's belly, chest, nose, gaze, so that we take the head last, so that we get spinal twist lower down, not just in the neck. And then slowly release, come back forward, hands onto the thighs, spine goes up tall, inhale, and then exhale, keeping that left leg extended forward, hinge forward. So that when you hinge, I'm looking for a stretch down the back of that straight leg. So the hamstrings, the calf muscles might feel a bit of a stretch, and you'll get more calf stretch the more you pull the top of your foot back towards your shin. That means you'll get more stretch lower down. That's it. And then slowly come all the way back up. Now take that left leg and sweep it out on the diagonal. So the leg's still relatively straight, just on the diagonal. Spine goes up tall, arms go out wide. Big deep breath in and out through your nose. You may notice the name of the pose I said was hand to big toe pose. So just think, one day your toes are going to be up here at your hand. Maybe next week. We'll skip it for today. And then gently exhale, lower your arms, and then swing the left leg back in. So the legs and the feet are joined back together. Arms are down by your sides. All right, so let's move into cow's face pose next. So stretching out the upper body a little bit. So bring your arms down by your sides if they're not already there. Turn your right palm to face the wall behind you. Bend your right elbow. Bring your hand onto your back, and then slide your right hand up your back toward your head. Now raise the left arm overhead, bend the elbow, place the left palm on your back, and then see if you can sneak the hands toward one another. There you go. And then release the arms, relax them back down. And let's do the other side. So turn your left palm backwards. Bend your elbow, place your hand on your waist, and then see if you can sneak that hand up your back. And then raise the right arm, bend the elbow, place the right palm on your back, like you're patting yourself on your back, and then sneak the hands toward one another. Whatever amount they might go. And you might notice that it's different between the two sides. Most people I've taught, there's a difference between the two. It's probably more common to be uneven than to be even. And then release the arms and lower them all the way back down. Ooh, shake out the arms, relax everything there for a minute. All right, so now let's take the legs out wide. So if you need to hold on to the chair to feel more steady, then please do so. So if you can flex your feet and be just on your heels, I'll invite you to do that. So your toes and your kneecaps are pointing to the ceiling. Then hold the chair and take the spine up nice and tall. All right, so keep holding onto the chair with your right hand. Take the left arm out and up, raise it up toward the ceiling, and then bend your right elbow and lean. You're going to tilt your spine over to the right a bit there. So make sure you're holding on so you're nice and steady and not sliding out of your chair. And then come all the way up. Lower the arm down and switch. So hold the chair with the left hand, raise the right arm up. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend your left elbow and tilt the spine toward the left, sorry. So it's somewhat of a version of triangle pose. You can see the triangle shape with the legs. And then come all the way back upright. Release the arms, bend the knees, slide the legs and the feet back together. So now let's take that, it's kind of the same idea, but different, of gate pose. So now take your right leg and swing your right leg all the way to the right so that the kneecap and the toes point to the right. There's a 90-degree angle in that knee. So keep your shoulders facing forward toward your device, raise the arms out. Now bend your right elbow, place your forearm onto your thigh, and then sweep the left arm overhead by the ear so that you're stretching toward the right side of the room over here. And then let that arm drop back down, come all the way back up. Release the arms, swing the right leg forward to meet the left, and we'll do the same thing going the other way. So left foot and knee point to the left wall, knee on top of the ankle, chest faces forward towards your device though. Raise the arms, inhale, and then exhale, reach over the leg. Set your left forearm onto the thigh out near the knee, and then this right arm dangling it over here. Sweep it down and all the way up and over. Reach those fingers away from your hip. Getting a nice good stretch on the right side of your torso, I'm hoping. Some of you might feel it on the inner left thigh a bit. And then slowly sweep the arm all the way back up and out. Take the arms back out, relax the arms, and then exhale, swing the leg back forward so that your legs are together, your spine is up nice and tall. And then once again, as we did earlier, separate your feet a comfortable distance apart, hinge forward, forearms onto your legs. Just let your gaze be down toward the floor between the feet so that you're resting the weight of your torso on the arms so you can relax your torso muscles for a moment here. And then slowly come all the way back upright. And then scoot back. So we'll do a little bit of a breathing practice and then finish up with some rest and some letting go. So if you want to lean back against the back of the chair, depending on the chair type you have, you can use the chair for support. And then we'll turn the palms up. So relax the palms and especially your thumbs, relax your shoulders. And then gently close your eyes and start to pay attention to your breathing again. So without changing your breath, begin to notice how long your breath is. So I'm asking you to count the length of your inhale and the length of your exhale. I'm not looking for any particular pattern. I just want you to figure out what is your normal pattern for breathing. So what are you discovering? Is your inhale longer or is your exhale longer? Or are you finding out maybe they're the same? There's not a right answer. It's just finding out how are you breathing today. So we're going to play with a couple patterns today. And anytime with breathing practices, if you feel uncomfortable, you feel like you're straining, you're gasping for breath, it feels weird, then you can just skip it and breathe normally. All right, so now we're going to create an intentional pattern, making the exhale twice as long as the inhale. So if I inhaled for 3, can I make the exhale 6? And if you run out of air before numbers, don't hold your breath and strain, then just change and adjust your number. So maybe twice as long is too much, and that's okay. We're just heading in that direction, making the exhales maybe twice as long as the inhales. So we'll sit with that for a few moments. So now go back to normal breathing. So without counting it, just see where it settles down on its own. So next we'll flip that. Now you're going to make the inhales twice as long as the exhale. So using my example from before, it would be an inhale for 6 and an exhale for 3. Again, if those numbers don't work, it's too long, it's anything adverse is happening, then change the numbers to adjust for what you need. So just know the direction we're headed is exhales longer than, inhales longer than exhales. So do that one more round. When you finish that round, just let go of that. Go back to completely relaxed, effortless breathing again. And then completely relax your body. So we're not trying to change the breath pattern anymore. Just relax into an effortless rhythm. Relax the jaw, the cheeks, the bridge of your nose, the forehead. Relax the effort of your arms and your legs. Relax your torso as much as you can. And relax your breathing. So again, there's no particular pattern, but just relaxed inhales, relaxed exhales. And as your mind has probably already started to wander, then just bring your attention back. Focus on those inhales and those exhales once again. We'll take one deep breath in and out. Slowly begin to bring your attention back. And join your palms together. Bring your hands in front of the center of your chest at your heart center, thumbs against the breastbone. Take a slow breath in. Long breath out, relaxing the shoulders. Namaste.